Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Jesus, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist, he is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John, and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them, and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. And the king was sorry. Nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent, and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger, and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came, and took up the body, and buried it, and went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages, and buy themselves victuals. But Jesus said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the 4th watch of the night Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me.
I forgive her.
Jesus stretched forth.
Lord, Father God, in Jesus Christ, the King's name and blood, I forgive her. I forgive her. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for all the hurt. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for all what I don't deserve. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for all my hurt. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for what I don't deserve. I forgive you, baby mama, for what I don't deserve. I'll be doing everything that I can up on this earth. Make sure the clothes and the food and the phone, even for everything that the kids need to stay grown, intelligent, stay educated. And when you get on your ABCs, know that the 1, 2, 3s really means a lot to me. Thank you, God, for prophecy. Thank you, Father God, for my biography. Paula! Yeah, I'm trying to take my son to somewhere in life. I'm talking about where I forgive his mama for every day and every night. Every day and every night. I forgive you, baby mama. No more drama. Lord Father God, I need your blessing. Call Donald Trump. Call Mr. Obama. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, come help me. I'm trying to do what I can. Education programs and every assistance. Lord Father God, just come bless and put favor on our bodies. Please come get me. Lord Father God, if that's what it takes, I will sacrifice my life to make sure my son got everything. With his birthday cakes every year, Christmas gifts. Lord Father God, I want to do my best. I got my truck fixed, and praise God that I'm doing this, counting my ducats. Lord, I put my worries in all your hands. Lord Father God, I respect the respect that you gave me as a man. And God forgive me, I hope she forgives me for our words being perverse, that we talk bad to each other, but she likes to provoke and antagonize me. But still, I know God, I know wisdom, and it's still not no excuse to a real G. Yeah, I apologize, I was false, but now I stop and she keeps on going. But God, I want to let you know that I forgive you, baby mama. Forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for all my hurts. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, that I do my best in this life that I don't deserve. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for my hurts. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for what I don't deserve. Lord Father God, I got my hands in prayer. Lord Father God, Dad, I got my hands in prayer. Talking to the Himalaya, solar system to my pineal gland connection antenna. I'm trying to let you know I always want to be a number one winner, no loser. Came up through the cruiser looking at the ship loaded. I got everybody talking about, look at Ballers, got the microphone swollen. Yeah, he's doing him. He's actually being successful above the pedestals. He got him up, feeling like his Geek Squad, Steve Urkel. Yeah, did I do that? Pull up in a snap and I'm chilling, yeah. I'm really in a trophy truck, but I like to get that, yeah, with a Cadillac. And I mean like a type that baller wants to be on the best rap videos. But at the same time, Lord God, I gotta leave it in your hands, cause I'm fruitful. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama. I forgive you, baby mama, for your neglections and all my hurts for what I don't deserve.
I forgive you, mama.
Departed to the coasts of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coasts, and cried unto him, saying,
I forgive you,
Have
baby
mercy
mama.
on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My
If y'all can't
daughter is
forgive,
grievously vexed with
the
a
Lord
devil.
will not bless you.
But he answered her not a word. And his
They
disciples
say in
came
this
and
earth,
besought him,
forgive,
saying, Send her away,
but don't
for she
forget.
crieth after
No, that's
us.
wrong.
But he answered and said,
Because if
I
you
am
live
not
in thy
sent but unto the
past,
lost sheep
for
of
you
the
bring
house of
up that
Israel.
day,
Then came she and worshipped
thou
him, saying,
shalt
Lord, help
forgive
me. But he answered and said, It is not meet
and
to
leave
take
the
the children's
past
bread and
sins.
to cast it to
Leave thy
dogs.
sins in
And
the
she said,
past,
Truth,
for
Lord,
thou shalt not
if
bring
the
them back
dogs eat of
again.
the
Amen.
crumbs which fall from
I'm
their
not
tables,
perfect,
does
but
the
I'm working
evil?
on it, baby. Holla at your
Jesus
baller,
answered and said to
Joshua,
her,
God's baller.
O woman,
Amen. Staying
great is thy
healthy,
faith.
sober,
Be it unto thee even as
education,
thou wilt. Her daughter
networking,
was made whole from that very
being a
hour.
labor worker,
Jesus
landscaping,
departed from thence,
whatever it takes
and came
to put
nigh
food
unto the
on the
sea of
table
Galilee,
like a man.
and went up into a mountain,
That's Joshua
and
Lewis
sat
for
down
Harder.
there.
That's my
And
mama.
great multitudes came unto him, having with them those that were
That's
lame,
my mama.
blind, dumb,
She tells
maimed,
you,
and
the
many
only way I
others,
know Joshua's
and
known
cast
for
them
being
down
a
at
worker in
Jesus'
the
feet.
family. Joshua is known
And
for
he
being a
healed them.
worker in the family. Amen.
Insomuch that the multitude wondered when they saw the dumb to speak, and maimed
Amen.
to be whole, the lame to walk, and the blind to see. And they glorified the God of Israel. Then Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days, and have nothing to eat. And I will not send them away fasting, lest they faint in the way. And his disciples say unto him, When should
It's time
we
for me
have
to
so
fast
much
pretty soon.
bread in